I'll tell you who's the real deal. Moses Itauma. Do you know who that motherfucker is?
The giant
20-year-old heavyweight.
Oh, yes.
Did you see what he did to Dillian White?
Yes, he's a problem. Yes.
He's
no
a problem.
Yeah.
That guy's
Is he only 20?
20 years old.
Yeah.
He's just slightly older than Tyson was when he won the title, so he can't be the youngest guy to ever win the title.
Damn.
This motherfucker is so fast. He moves like a middleweight.
I know.
Here's Atama. Watch this guy.
Great for what he do, his skills and his power. He's smart. He's definitely smart. He can box his ass off.
That is a bad dude. You hear me? That is a bad dude. You know what I'm saying? We don't give him credit because we don't see him that much.
I know we're in the same weight class. I know we can fight each other, but when it comes to Moses, I enjoy watching him.
He just seems to dominate throughout. Sharp, accurate, doesn't waste any.
Yeah. He had him on the back foot from the very beginning because he's a hard, sharp puncher and he's very clever. So he puts punch in the right place, and he's so quick to change from head to body, which makes him very, very dangerous.
In the brutal, unforgiving world of heavyweight boxing, it takes something truly extraordinary to shake the division, and right now one name is shaking up every corner: Moses Itauma. He's not just another prospect. He's a storm building fast, a fighter whose raw power, speed, and fearless mindset are forcing even seasoned champions to pay attention. Every punch he throws carries a message, every performance raises the stakes, and every opponent feels the pressure. This isn't hype anymore. It's a warning to the entire heavyweight division. Because when a young contender starts turning heads this quickly, it usually means one thing: a future champion is already on the rise, and the clock is ticking for everyone else in his path. Right now, the division can either adapt or get left behind.
Atama, watch this guy.
That's that Samoan or whatever it is.
Bro, look at the skill. It's the skill, the movement back and
Dillian
forth.
White's no joke either. Dillian White's no joke. Look at this shit.
To be honest, if you say his name right, it's Dillian, but it's all right. Bro, he tuned this guy up. One round. I mean, again, White is past his prime.
He's also gotten beat up. White's gotten...
Yeah, sure. Tyson Fury beat him up. A lot of guys beat him up.
But that's what you want for this young contender.
It's the way he did it. He did it like, I'm a world champion.
Mop the floor with
Yeah,
Didn't Deontay Wilder starts him as well?
I think he's a good kid. I've said in the past that I think he can be a champion, and I do think, like I said with Jared Anderson, I think Jared and Moses very, very both good fighters. However, there's a lot of temptation. There's a lot of stuff outside of boxing that make fighters not achieve what they should have done. And same old story. If I would have, should have, could have. I didn't get involved with these people. Didn't go out and drink. Didn't get involved in this, that, and the other. Then I would have, if I would have, could have. That's why I can sit here today and say I always wanted to not be a would have, should have, could have guy. I am the guy who did everything he could. And they're only starting off a career, so they can stay on the right path and away from all the idiots, away from the women, away from the drunken nights, away from all the cranks. Then I believe both of them can go on and win world titles.
Win. After witnessing the explosive knockout victory of Moses Itauma, veteran boxing analyst Adam Smith delivered a brutally honest reaction that echoed across the sport. He didn't sugarcoat it one bit, calling the finish absolutely devastating and a chilling statement to the entire heavyweight division. What made it even more shocking was the fact that Jermaine Franklin had never been stopped before, yet Itauma dismantled him with ruthless precision. The atmosphere at ringside turned silent in disbelief, as fans and experts realized they were witnessing something special. This wasn't just a win, as it was a warning that a dangerous new force is rising fast. And if this trajectory continues, champions won't have the luxury of ignoring him longer, because the future is arriving with terrifying speed and intent. Disbelief as disbelief as.
I don't think there's been a better Magnificent Seven than tonight. What a night. What a really good show. Even matches, fantastic stories, drama, knockdowns, beautiful boxing. We had everything. I don't know what I'd go out and remember. Obviously, Moses, dynamic, phenomenal, an incredible performance, and we're all sort of wow and excited about him.
Indeed. And then with regards to Moses, everyone's giving him the plaudits, which he fully deserves. Did you pick up any weaknesses? Anything that you think, maybe they need to work on that?
He got caught and he smiled. It was just in front of us. I think that's good. You're going to get wet in boxing at some stage, and he's had everything go his way. Look, I mean, it was a 95% dominant performance, wasn't it? But it was good that Jermaine Franklin threw a few, and he was really brave in there. He could have sat it out after that temple shot in the third round, but the bell just about got there, and he came back a little bit in the fourth. And yeah, I just think Moses kept his composure. I think he wanted to get him out of there in very, very fashion, maybe in a round or two. And he got back to the corner, and Ben just calmed him down, and he got back to the game plan. I thought he worked the body brilliantly. He feinted fantastically tonight. I thought he was very aggressive. He stood in front of him. I think he wanted to make that statement, but I didn't see the uppercut coming, so I'm sure Jermaine Franklin or his team didn't either.
Hype win. Even the toughest voices in boxing couldn't hold back their reactions after watching Moses Itauma in action. Former world champion Carl Froch, famous for his brutally honest takes, openly praised the young heavyweight's performance, while respected analyst Johnny Nelson broke down the technical brilliance behind the destruction. Both men were visibly impressed, pointing out how Itauma combined speed, timing, and raw aggression in a way rarely seen at this level. But what truly stood out was his explosive knockout power, drawing comparisons to a young Mike Tyson. The way he closes distance and finishes fights has that same terrifying energy, making it clear this isn't normal hype. This is something real, dangerous, and rapidly evolving. Hype.
But initially, I could see, I liked how Moses was smart, he was clever. He didn't use brute force as a big guy. He used brain. He boxed. That Southpaw style, jab to the head, jab to the body, veer the shots, like he's on the punch bag, kept his distance, didn't get giddy and excited. And that kind of calm and patience for a man at 20 years old, going into his biggest test at this stage, it doesn't matter what age Dillian was at, it was a case of how he dealt with the pressure and how he dealt with the pace, how he dealt with the situation. Remember when Frank Bruno staggered Mike Tyson? And oh my God, you get excited, you get drunk on the success. None of that from Moses. Moses was cool, and so that probably would have happened at some point because he showed in that first minute. He just had it all going for him in the right way.
Hype win Johnny Nelson made it clear that most fighters would crumble under that kind of pressure, but Moses Itauma looked completely unfazed, controlling the moment like a seasoned veteran. Meanwhile, Carl Froch couldn't hide his admiration for the young fighter's maturity, pointing out how he approached the bout with a calm, calculated mindset far beyond his years. But what truly shocked both analysts was how that composure blended perfectly with explosive, fight-ending power. It's a dangerous mix that's rarely seen in today's heavyweight division. The calm before the storm, followed by sudden destruction, gave off undeniable flashes of Mike Tyson at his most ferocious, something that instantly separates contenders from future legends in the making.
That style, what you saw from Moses, but Moses' style, his youth, his pace, his IQ, spot on. You couldn't at that stage was spot on. Kept his distance, used his footwork, in, out, in, jab, boom. And then varied it up, body, head, dummy to the head, with Southpaw style. So both hands. It's a lot to deal with from a young gun that's there. So you saw Dillian having to back off, trying to regroup himself. But Moses was sharp enough and smart enough to keep his distance, but keep the pressure at the same time. So in a way, giving him no way out. And I think how he executed it was spot on. It was bang on. And you know what? I think a lot of people probably thought Moses is going to do the job, but I don't think anybody thought Moses would do the job like that.
Hype win one of the defining moments in the rapid rise of Moses Itauma came when he stepped in against Dillian White, a fighter known for his toughness and ability to absorb punishment. But what unfolded shocked everyone. Itauma didn't just win the fight. He completely demolished a proven, durable contender in brutal fashion, finishing the job inside a single round. That kind of dominance at this level is extremely rare, especially against someone with White's experience and resilience. Analysts immediately highlighted the magnitude of the performance, calling it a clear turning point in his career. In one explosive moment, eyebrows were raised across the division, and a loud message was sent. A dangerous new force had officially arrived on the heavyweight scene.
Ask you this question. Who's ever done that to Dillian White before? The answer's no one. Because 10 years ago, when Dillian White had about 1,000 less miles on the clock, AJ had him in all kinds of trouble in the first round. But Dillian survived. He came through, and he lasted until the 7th with Anthony Joshua. I think Tyson Fury took 6 to take out Dillian White, and Povetkin did him in 5, but Dillian White did avenge that loss. So it's fair to say that although we've seen Dillian White beaten and knocked spark out, this is the quickest we have ever seen it done. And that's why I don't want to take anything away from Moses Itauma and say, oh, well, you know, it was always going to happen. And yes, many pundits did predict this to happen. But I'm happy to sit here and personally say that I didn't think it was going to happen, not in one round.
Hype win analysts were quick to shut down any excuses surrounding Dillian White when he stepped in to face Moses Itauma. This wasn't a faded version or a fighter past his prime. White came in as a seasoned, battle-tested contender with real power, sharp instincts, and years of experience at the highest level. He had shared the ring with elite names and secured credible victories that proved his durability and danger. That's exactly why the result shocked so many. Itauma didn't beat an easy opponent. He dominated a proven threat who was still capable of competing with the best. And that context makes the performance even more impressive, reinforcing the idea that this young heavyweight isn't just promising, he's genuinely dangerous right now.
Really felt like we were going to get a showing out of the body snatcher, and despite me not feeling like he was going to win the fight, I did think we would see enough from him to show that he still has a little bit more to offer in this heavyweight division. And there is still a question there of whether he does or not, because many of the pundits that you'll see at the moment are saying that Dillian White should retire, but they're not saying the same about Derek Chisora. They're not saying the same about plenty of fighters. And they did say the same about Joseph Parker after Joe Joyce beat him. So I wouldn't be so quick to write him off. But at the pinnacle of the heavyweight division, not anymore for Dillian White, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that the body snatcher can't still be in fun fights. And hopefully in more fun build-ups, because this one was a little bit dull, and a lot of people were saying that it's because Dillian's scared, he's rocked up, he's not confident. And
voices across the boxing world keep getting louder, but one thing is becoming impossible to ignore. Moses Itauma is no ordinary rising star. From sparring wars to statement knockouts, he's proving that his hype is backed by real skill, real power, and real intent. Still, legends like Mike Tyson remain in a league of their own, and comparisons only fuel the debate. But whether you agree or not, the question is simple. Is Itauma already the most dangerous young heavyweight, or is the world getting carried away too soon? And what happens if he steps in with elite names like Anthony Joshua next? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want more explosive boxing content like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video right now.